What's going on, peoples? Happy Friday. Man, we're 2 weeks away from my single dropping. I'm excited. On my grind, gonna be dropping on Halloween this year, 2024. This is your boy, Corey, aka Valedictorian. This is Head of Class Sessions. Oh yeah. And this topic that I'm gonna talk about today, everybody could, benefit from it. It's something that is, it takes a long time to even have a handle on it, let alone master. But we're going to talk about emotions, and more specifically, not allowing yourself to be controlled by them. Okay, so there's a difference. All right, now this is, they have the whole thing of where, women are more in tune with it, more. Everybody on this planet can be able to be in tune with their emotions, right? They can be in tune with them. Not saying that you are master of them, but you gotta have a thing where you're in tune with your emotions. Now, being in tune with them is to where you are emotionally literate. You're emotionally stable. I think that's a better word. Being emotionally stable. Now, the main consensus that goes on when we talk about emotions is that women can't handle them, men can, right? No, this Head of Class Sessions, I'm going to say that I'm going to be speaking to everybody, both people. I'm going to be speaking to everybody. If you're a human, listen up. Your emotions are a part of you. Everyone has them, okay? No matter how cold or how, people want to give the poker face and all that. Stoicism, these are all these philosophies. But in actuality, everyone has emotions. To emote, right, is a activity for humans. Being able to emote. Alright. Now this is what I'm gonna say. Now this goes for both men and women, okay? We can't just try to say that one sex can't handle it and one can. That's highly false. You have both men and women who have trouble or have the inability to not only control their emotions, but they let the emotions control them. All right. And I'll be the first one to say that, I'm one that I don't have a good poker face, you know what I mean? And then I started to realize that even trying to put on a poker face when you're going through an emotion is something that you can't take that away. You can't, not take that away, but you cannot run from how emotions affect you, okay? When you're sad, you're going to be sad. When you're happy, you're going to be happy. When you're angry, you're going to get angry. When you're in love, you're going to have lovey-dovey stuff. Emotions, all right? My thing is this, both men and women, the people who have trouble staying in tune with their emotions or have trouble regulating through them, I find that it's a trait. There's certain traits that's the same among all of them, right? Is when they try to compensate for the fact that they are emotionally erratic. Now, okay, so case of example, man, I'm not going to say no names or whatever, but, within dealing with music, with music and everything that goes on with, the different services and things that you have to go and get for promotions and stuff, there's an opportunity where you work with a lot of people, right? I work with a lot of different people. I've noticed that a lot of cats who, especially if you're in the music business, especially if you're an artist, a lot of these dudes are emotionally erratic. They just can't get hold of it. Like 1 minute they're up, next minute they're down, next minute they're all over, the next minute they're angry, then they get, it's not a good look, man. It's not a good look for men or women, okay? I would say that the difference between men who are emotionally erratic as opposed to women who are emotionally erratic. The women, it's not as, I mean, you can still see it. It's very blatant, you know what I mean? But it's not as damning to them because, you know, women kind of lead with their emotions a lot more times than men. So when you have a man who has, you know, he's just crashing out, you know what I'm saying? It's cringeworthy, you know what I'm saying? It's not a good look. Now, what I will say is that I'm not saying that we have to totally just like, you know, forget about it. I'm saying that we have to figure out, everyone has to figure out their way of how to regulate through their emotions. Not only that, everyone has to learn how to become emotionally intelligent. What that does is that you'll have a issue, or if you have situations that go on to where you know that a situation is going to get you highly upset, you're going to be in an anger position. You have to know that when you encounter, when the emotion is there, it's staring you in the face, to be able to constructively look at it and take yourself out of it, just kind of seeing all the things, like the reasons why, the factors of why, what happened, what has happened, why is this making me angry, you know what I'm saying? And most people don't do that. Most people don't take that time or take that breath and just go right into it. But what I will say is that the more and more practice that you have with yourself to be able to, you know, learn yourself, knowing how to operate when you have these emotions, when you're dealing with different things, the better off you'll be. Because a lot of people, I believe, they just live life like they just freestyling, you know what I'm saying? They freestyle through life, you know, whatever comes to them, you know, they're just going to act how they're going to act. And most of the times, it's not of the emotion that's, you know, happiness, but sometimes some people get too cranked up. But that's fine. It's when you have the emotion of either sadness or anger that really, you know, it could break a person if they're not equipped. So this is not a clip just to say, okay, all emotions are bad or all people can't handle them. No, people can handle them. You just have to put in the work. You have to put in the time and practice. But I will say, like I said, it's not, you know, geared towards one sex or the other. Both men and women have issues with this. Both. Despite the popular belief, despite what's on TV or on the media. We have to be able to control our emotions. Because if not, you'll get these situations where you got these dudes out here, you know, they're wilding out. Or if you have a chick, you know, who can't control her emotions, she's immersed in anger or sadness or whatever it is. And then you have that's where you have crime that happens, or that's where you have, you know, violence. It usually stems from the lack of emotions, violence. So, hey, what do I know? I'm just a guy on YouTube talking, but, you know, I think this is something that we can all learn from, we can all expect to grow from if we do it right. But yeah, like I said, it's all up to y'all, you know, just my opinions, but it's rooted in deep fact. On that note, I'm going to go ahead and enjoy my weekend. More clips will be uploaded, and I appreciate y'all who support. This is your boy Corey, aka Valedictorian. This is Head of Class Sessions, and if you haven't, check out your boy on Facebook, on Instagram, Valedictorian 765 for life. On TikTok, the same, Valedictorian 765 for life. Give me a shout out, give me a support, you know what I mean? And much love to the peoples. Yeah!